Let's bring in Tommy Chong, man.
Sure.
From Cheech and Chong. Spent some time in jail, I think.
Yes.
You think?
I think.
There he is.
Of course we know.
Legend. He's a legend.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, Tommy?
What's up, man?
That was the most intense sit-down of a celebrity in our history of broadcasting, I think, man. Looked like you were going to kill us.
Why?
No, you're just getting settled, and it was very...
Oh, I'm taking my time, you mean?
It was okay that you took
Settling
your
in.
time. You just had a way about it.
Well, I'm
It
an
was
old
good.
guy. I'm an old guy. you see.
Not really. You're not that old.
I'm a made comic. You know?
Yeah?
Made comic, huh?
Made comic.
I made my bones while you were doing open mics.
That's right. That's right. We belong to a secret society.
Yeah.
So how's everything? Who's Opie?
Me?
Is
The
it
one that
okay?
looks kind of like a surfer, like kind of...
I thought,
And-
for some reason, I thought it was for opium or something. The Opium and Anthony show.
Hey, well, that's not a bad idea. Opium
Some
and-
days.
Some days people do call
Some
up and go,
days.
the opium and
What do you
Anthony
want,
show.
opium? Yeah, and then Anthony, and of course
Anthony would be
Jimmy
the
Norton.
Italian-looking guy, and
Yeah, and then
there's
Jimmy
Jim Norton over there.
So you're in town. We were just talking before the show. Of course, I went out and said hello to Tommy doing the marijuana logs in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's the only job I could get after I got out of jail. You know? The only job I was offered.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Well,
A lot of people are
that I
pissed off
wanted.
that you went to jail. Why?
Why did I get?
No,
why
well-
did I go to jail, or why are they pissed
Well,
off?
we
So,
started,
like, why wouldn't they give you a job? Going
After
to
you-
jail for... Everyone knows you went to jail for something stupid.
Well, Disneyland and things like that. You know, I was supposed to do a voiceover gig at Disney for one of their movies.
and now Disney won't touch you because...
Oh, they just.
Ah,
they
that's
just.
such crap.
They just. I got a call from Goofy. You know.
You're
Nope. You're not on.
I'm sure you're probably, tired of the story, but to fill the listeners in, what happened? Like,
What happened was my son had a company that sold water bongs, water pipes, that had my face on it. And I used to help him promote them, when I go around the country doing private comedy clubs. Mm-hmm. My wife and I have a show, and Chong and the Family Stoned, and we'd go out and have a good time. And we would sell the pipes at the shows.
And autograph them and stuff, right?
Yeah, autograph
Yeah,
them and
why
sell them.
not?
Yeah, and then we had an art show in L.A. and it was art like in a gallery and that so a lot of collectors bought them. And but the DEA was on my tail. I didn't know about it, but
the DEA.
yeah,
Because of bongs.
because of water pipes. Yeah,
Unbelievable,
yeah.
man.
And
Weren't they showing up and like taking pictures of you and stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
they followed me around. They followed, we like in Arlington, Texas. They followed me there, and the undercover operation. And it was really weird because they were obviously cops. I seen them. I said, oh. But in my mind, I wasn't doing anything illegal. If I was, how come?
I thought you were allowed to sell the the water bongs and all that.
At the time we were. But these guys, they had their undercover things and acted like hippies. That look, like linebackers with headbands.
You can spot him, right, Tommy? Tommy's like, that's a narc.
That's like, it sounds like one of your old movies.
Yeah,
Remember that one? Stacy Keach?
Yeah, it was just
Stacy
like
Keach
that.
Stanko?
It's still following you around.
And then one of the girls that worked at the head shop, she's got a big DEA T-shirt on, and she's kind of walking around with him. So the spirit was all obviously trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
These were narcs. And so they hauled me aside and outside. There's a big lineup for autographs. The lineup went about three blocks. Just to get my autograph. And they're saying, oh, we drove a long way to come, to get a picture and want to talk to you, And these pipes, no, they're not just for tobacco, are they? And I said, of course, like a dummy, I go, no. He says, what are they really used for?
Oh, no.
Oh, Tommy.
And so I said,
Stepped into a left hook.
for pot, of course.
Yeah.
Well, he said, no, why are these better for smoking pot than, say, a normal pipe?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, because, it filters the impurities. And they put that all on tape, And so they had
Like you're
that.
talking about something that is a threat to national security.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, figure out the cost. They said someone threw out a figure like something like $50 million. How much armor would that buy for the troops in Iraq?
Yeah. Instead of chasing you around with your bongs.
Me and all the glass blowers from Oregon, they got popped too.
What is the actual crime?
The crime was shipping paraphernalia through the mails to Pennsylvania. That was
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, two states that will prosecute paraphernalia laws is Iowa and Pennsylvania.
Now, I'm sure you probably tried to pursue this. Isn't there some kind of, I don't know, saying that it is art and it's artwork and what people use it for? You could use a faucet to smoke pot out of.
Absolutely. The thing, that the law that I broke, it covers everything. For instance, they even got those little alligator clips that you can buy in Radio Shack.
Right? Yeah.
They said that's considered drug paraphernalia. So if I shipped alligator clip through the mail, technically, you see, they could bust me. But I had a great case, the art thing, the whole thing. I had a great case. So they threatened me with my to go after my son and my wife.
Oh boy!
And the feds said that we will get them.
The feds, scumbags.
Yeah, they said they would put my son and my wife in jail. I would probably walk. He says, but you'd be visiting your son and your wife.
So you had to take the hit.
And so I took the hit. But I didn't mind. I was kind of torn between it. But then I figured, Cheech and I got a new movie coming up. We got, I'm on the marijuana logs and that. So I needed the publicity.
How much time did you
look
get?
at that?
It's
Yeah,
like a 9-month reality publicity stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt you in the long
9
run.
months you spent in there.
9 months.
How was your time? Was it?
It was great.
It was enjoyable.
It was great. I
Everyone was cool to you?
I had one bad half hour, and that was the first night I was in jail. And when they turned, I could hear the door being locked, and I'm in a dormitory in a little cubicle with 2 other inmates.
Animals.
and the rest of it, there's like 250 people in this 250 people in this dormitory, and the noise, you can hear people snoring and farting and sleeping, and that was the only bad. I had a sort of claustrophobic moment.
Sure.
Because I'm in a bunk and I'm, next to a cement wall, and it's about 2.5 feet wide, steel, little plastic mattress,
And you're like, here I am for 9 months.
And here I am, yeah. And that was it. And then something came over me, sort of warmth came over me, and it was like...
It was the guy on the bunk above you peeing.
Relax.
Unfortunately.
No, I'll tell you, when you're in that kind of situation, you're down with the nicest, sweetest people I've ever met. Yeah, because if you step out of line, at least a little bit, there's no gate around. I mean, there's no fence around the place. There's a chalk line around the whole perimeter.
It's like on the honor system.
And if you step out of line, you lose that privilege. And so everybody just tiptoes around, smiles. Everybody's sweet.
What'd you do to keep busy?
Oh, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Well, the first, I was there about a week. Everything takes time. Like they give you like a month before they even assign you a job. So, like with us would be like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do it. But in prison, it's like next month.
Mm-hmm.
So time stretches up. So I read a lot. I watched television a lot. I worked in the garden. But what happened, I hooked up with the only real criminal I found in the place. This guy had been down about 2 or 3 times, tattoos all over. He was like head of the Aryan nation at one time, He's a cool guy, very funny guy. And he was a big Cheech and Chong fan, so he knew all the bits. And he was kind of heavy, like really, been pushing iron, all the time he'd been in jail. So he was the only, like, real gangster or criminal-looking guy I found there. And I met him because I'm a tango dancer, so I was taking tango. I'm still doing.
Not tango dance with the guy.
Yeah. So what happened? I'm out on the field practicing my tango, and these big rough bikers, they're watching me.
Why would you ever practice tango in the prison yard? Are you insane?
What balls?
Really?
And Steve,
That's like the injured gazelle in the freaking...
yeah. So
Are you
Steve, he had to say something. So he says, "Hey, Chong," he says, "you don't have to dance alone. I'll dance with you." It was big. Everybody goes, ah. So I walked over to him and I grabbed him. I said, "Come on, let's go." And he jumped like a little girl, man. He got away. Like, everybody's so homophobic there. He ran around. I said, "Come on, what's the matter? You don't want to dance with me?" And from that day on, we become the best of friends. And he just sort of guided me through the whole thing.
What were a lot of guys in for? Just minor stuff, or
mostly white collar stuff. I counted 8 doctors.
Wow.
There's 8 doctors, lawyers. There was a Reagan speechwriter, a guy that used to write speeches for Reagan, and so it's not a movie at all.
Right.
And you're down with like some of the most entertaining con men. Like these are confidence men who scam millions off people. And, you're down with these guys. These guys are the most entertaining, sweetest people in the world. That's their job.
They're used to doing that, yeah.
That's their job. I mean,
people's confidence by smiling, being nice.
First guy I met, I wouldn't say his name, but I ended up in his cubicle because he conned the lady into saying that he knew me on the street. And he knew enough about me that he said, "Yeah, I met you at a party, blah, blah, blah." And he went on. And I felt like I knew him. And he fooled me for at least 3 months. 3 months that I really thought. And then his story started falling apart. I could feel,
Yeah.
I got onto it, And Steve, my dog, the big biker, he taught me all the different things in prison, how people lie and how people, do what they do. It was incredible.
No one started any physical confrontations with you, did they?
Oh, not a bit. Are you kidding?
And what about the sex thing?
Oh, that's all. That's myth. It's myth.
No.
I mean, there's gays. There's gays.
No, we were talking about prison pussy yesterday, the pocket pussies and stuff.
Oh,
and how
what
they
you
make
do,
the homemade
take
pussies.
care of yourself.
Well,
That's a long time without...
Well, first of all, they feed you stuff to keep your sexual urge